Hello, in this video we demonstrate GenoREC. For the purpose of demonstration, we use the use case scenario described in detail in the research paper. Ada is a cancer researcher who's working at a genomics research institute. Ada has been given three files: a bed file, which includes information about genes, a VCF file that includes information about cancer structural variation of a cancer patient, and a big WIG file that includes quantitative values that store protein interaction. With this data, Ada wants to compare different regions in a big WIG file and find out what are the genetic features in bed and VCF files that are contributing to high or low measurements in the big WIG file. With the current set of tools, Ada does not have enough resources or guidance on how she can visualize this data and analyze it and find valuable results. Therefore, in this video, we demonstrate how GenoREC can help Ada in making critical decisions about selecting the right visualization given her genomics datasets. When Ada launches the GenoREC application, she finds the data-specific panel. In this panel, GenoREC supports a few different file formats that Ada can select from. Since Ada had a bed file and a VCF file, she goes on and selects these two files first. Ada notices that the VCF and the bed file does not have the right configuration for her requirements. So she changes the input of the bed and VCF files. In both of the files, she selects categorical data. Next, Ada hits the Show Recommendation button to see what happens. Now Ada can start seeing a few visualization options. These options make sense because Ada can see the bed track, which has the gene information, and the VCF track, which has the individual nucleotide level information. Now, Ada does not want the gene annotation track, so she can choose to remove that from the visualization. After looking at this recommendation, Ada wants to go and add the final file that she's interested in analyzing. So she selects the big WIG file and she analyzes the input in the big WIG file and notices that everything is according to what she wants in her data format. Because of this, Ada wants to see the updated recommendation from GenoREC, so she decides to hit the Show Recommendation button again. So based on this input change, GenoREC updates the recommendation. The circular view has been removed from the recommendation options, and now GenoREC only recommends two linear views. So the next thing Ada is interested in is performing her task. Ada wants to compare regions in chromosome 3 and 6. So she tries to play with the chromosome 3 regions, and then she has to zoom out and go back to chromosome 6. This is a very tedious task because she has to go back and forth between chromosome 3 and 6 to make the comparison. Ada notices that there's an option to select the comparison tasks, and she's curious about it. So she selects the Compare Multiple ROI task in the user interface. And now the recommendation has been updated. This recommendation is now focused on showing our chromosome 3 and 6. The highlight of chromosome 3 and 6 is purely coincidental. Ada can scroll and change the area she wants to analyze with this recommended visualization. And this visualization is definitely better because it allows Ada to directly compare these two views and see the corresponding information in the two other tracks. Finally, Ada decides to use the line chart option because that makes more sense and it's something she's more familiar with in her own work. So now the next thing Ada can do is quickly export the application, which is exported as a Gosling spec. And now Ada can go and customize this Gosling spec and make the visualization look familiar for her and her colleagues.